Hey, welcome everyone. Tom from Park Avenue Forex. Thanks for stopping by. Update Euro Yen. I hope you guys watched last night's update because it was actually really phenomenal. Predicted the bottom almost to the pip. Said that it was going to go down to like 125 the figure, 125.07, and then probably rally up to a high of 125.77. Or 75 or something like that. I don't know. Watch the video, whatever it is. But I also said that the trend line break was going to be false, and it was going to hold, and it shouldn't touch the lower TRN of 124.97, which is exactly what happened. So right now, how do we stand right now? Well, Euro Yen is still soft. I anticipate if we do break the 124.97, like I said earlier, this is the beginning. It's the first crack in the glass saying that we're heading lower, but it's not immediately going to just crash lower. We will have an opportunity to see a natural rally take place in the market and get in on a sell there. If you're not short up at the upper levels, and what I mean by upper levels, I mean like 126, 75, something like that, because you want to insulate yourself. I just had to redraw my trend line of a higher value here. It's coming out now here because the trend line broke from here last night when the price pierced it right there. It broke it. Now, here's the thing. This is an interesting thing. This price broke and it held and came back up. This market is opening up below this trend line. Therefore, it can have the ability to break down and break through. And I think that where it will stop will be this level right here, which is this low bars close. Okay, so now if it breaks that, then it's going down into here. Okay, so it's a difficult trade right now if you're not short at, like last night when we said we should go to like 125.77. That was a great place to be short, and that was the high last evening, 125.77. Right here. Let's just draw it in there. Here was yesterday when we were talking, and we said right about there. And the market came up, touched it, and now it did that. So it's tough. I mean, I think that if it does pierce this 124.97, we're probably going down into this area right here. It'll probably do something like this, come down. Okay. Now let's pretend this is a 4-hour bar instead of a daily. Probably do that. Come back up right to around here, and I'll get you the price in a second, before it probably comes back down and settles over here. And then if we get that, it's basically saying, okay, it's showing weakness a lot faster than I thought it was going to do it. But where do I think it probably could rally back up to after it breaks the TRN? It could probably rally back up to 125.40. 47. I'm just using the close. Okay, so what's making me say we're showing more weakness is that we are opening up above this trend line. Now I had to readjust this line. Now if this market doesn't break it, okay, and go lower, and it closes, like say it comes up a little bit, then I could readjust this line and touch the here, because I can't use this demand point yet, because I don't know if it's demand point, because I need a higher low next to it. Make sense? All right, so what I did was also, I did something a little different also, and I couldn't do it on the support side because I didn't have a point that was symmetrically low enough. When I go back in time, I look for prices, like price consolidations, and 124.08, if I come over here, oops, it's kind of matched over here, 124.30. Even if I come down to 124, 1.08. Okay, and I want to create. I could create. Yeah, I could create a demand support line there. This would be an artificial support line. I would come, and it's still basically close to my support line. You know, it's just if I use this coming straight off of that. I'm sorry, that's a mistake. If I come straight off of this line, I still have nothing to attach to. You know, I have to come back to that, which is no good because it doesn't exist yet. But what I did was on the top here, and this is just a little nuance, okay? At this point here, okay, what I did was I went back in time and found, you know, a higher high, which is this high right here, 127.49. It also happens to be the TRN that we need to get over in order to show that we're going up a little bit higher. So I took that line and I used it as an artificial high point to come down and draw my resistance line. Now, why I did that was because the resistance line, this point's good, but now all of a sudden this resistance line gets tight. I'm supposed to readjust this line tighter. I'd rather give it a little space because, like, in other words, what I'm saying is this. I'm supposed to readjust this line like this, okay? And I'd like to give it a little bit of space. So I'm using this so that I know that if this does go, okay, I should be powerful enough to come up. And where am I going to come up to? Probably, if it does come up, it's probably going to be a little bit higher than that close. So if it breaks this, it's probably going to do something like that. You know, maybe not go as high as that high, but it's going to gravitate and probably stay right around this high bar's close. All right, so I hope that helps. I mean, I didn't really give you much. I mean, the best thing to have been was buy it last night at, you know, the figure and sell it at 70. And then if you had those points in your pocket, you can mess around with a TRN break of 124.96. And like I said, it is opening below that trend, that old trend line that was pierced. I just don't like using pierced trend lines. So I'll put it up one more time so you can see it. And so basically it's really coming off of this, connecting to this, and there it is. There's the old trend line. I'll leave it there. I mean, it's a valid trend line. It's just that it just got chopped through a little bit. Actually, let me readjust it so that's right, because I want to come off of this demand point to that demand point. You know, perfection. And there it is. Okay, so market broke. What we said was going to be a false break. It really should have popped up. If it had any strength at all, it should have broke already. So this is opening below this trend line. That's kind of show weakness. I think if it pops this, we can come down to 124.36 and then chop around a little bit and then break and go down. So there it is, folks. Have a great night. And remember, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.